The final thing I'd like to address is articulation. And I won't make any bones about this. I think articulation is the hardest thing to teach any age student on a wind instrument. Mostly because it all happens within the oral cavity and we really don't see what they're doing. And in fact, I don't think we actually sometimes are doing exactly what it feels like we're doing. So you have to use a lot of different approaches to it. There's some universal things to keep in mind though. I like thinking of articulation on a musical instrument in the same way that we articulate when we speak. So in other words, a key concept. If I say, my name is Keith and I play the pBuzz, that statement, my name is Keith and I play the pBuzz, my air flows through that entire statement, and the workings of forming the syllables of the words and so forth are my articulation, and they don't affect the air column. So our number one rule of articulation is, at this stage, the air never stops until you're at the end of your statement, or if you need a breath, if you run out of air, of course. But getting that concept, what we don't want students doing is huffing and puffing from their lungs or lower extremities, or anything going on here gloutily trying to get articulation. It should be just continuous stream of air, and then the tongue, just like in speaking, making the articulation sounds. It's best to use a hard consonant sound like a D or a T or a ta or a da. The tongue should be firm, the tongue should be quick, and it doesn't affect the air. The air goes the same whether we're articulating or not. It is always cold and very excited, going all the way through and beyond the length of the instrument in terms of how we feel about it. Additionally, on articulation, our soda straw can be a great tool to give you better ideas and in a very quiet way to work with students on articulation. One is this straw once more helps us focus our air, and striking our tongue against the end of the straw gives us a target, a concrete target. And you as the instructor, if you listen to students individually, you can hear that they're actually using their tongue, as opposed to if they were doing something artificial that you don't want them to do, something like, you can really hear the difference. And you could even go 3 strikes on the straw and then continue, remove the straw, and 3 strikes without, to get the feel of that, and then transfer that over. Again, articulation is difficult. With much younger students, I don't think I'd spend much time at all on it whatsoever. As you get into older students, and especially if pBuzz in an upper elementary level is going to be used as a performance instrument perhaps, then I think it's more worthwhile. What we always want is articulated legato, which is an approximation of, or an equivalency, if you will, of human speech. Continual air. Articulation doesn't affect the airstream. Anytime it does, back up, reestablish a proper airstream, then re-add the articulation. I hope that helps.